Hi guys, Hi guys, what's up? Waffle here, and today I was thinking about doing a showcase on the new unit that is literally game changing. That's right, we're doing Timekeeper. Timekeeper showcase. Let's get into it. So, Timekeeper is a new unit that dropped this Saturday. I picked him up on my stream, but I think he is honestly deserving of his own video. He is cracked, guys. Absolutely cracked. Timekeeper costs 50,000 seeds to buy, which is honestly pretty cheap for a new unit. He also is exclusive, so when he is not out of stock, when he's no longer here, you can no longer get this man. But one perk to him is he is not going to be limited. That means anyone can get him the whole time he's in store. Let's check real fast how many units there are of him. There are going to be 27 in existence right now, and I'm guessing that number is probably going to double really soon. But not to worry, like I said, he is going to be in stock for a little bit. He is not going out of stock like Rosebeam did. Did you guys remember when Rosebeam dropped and it was out of stock by like noon that day? Ridiculous. I managed to grab two, but Timekeeper won't have that issue. He is honestly a game-changing unit. Let's take a look at him real fast again. So, I'm going to equip him, and when you click on him, you can actually press T and get more information. So, in normal modes, this unit saves you once from being KO'd when your base health is 0. In survival mode, this unit saves you once everyone has been KO'd. This unit does not do any damage, which it doesn't say it will do any damage over here. It calls itself a support. So, if you want to be a support girly, this unit is for you. Alright, let's just talk a little bit about what it means when it says it revives you. So, classic modes are going to be these maps over here, so your garden, jungle, and island, and also your toxic facility classic mode over here. It's also going to include endless mode, so you can use this unit in endless mode, classic mode, and toxic facility, and it'll function the same way. Basically, when your tower gets hit and you have this unit on, it does not get hit. When your tower reaches health 0, you do not die. It actually kills all the enemies on the field and then takes your tower to 100 again, or 100%. Once it takes your tower back to 100%, that wave you were on that you lost to will then respawn and start coming through the spawner. So you have to be prepared for it. Maybe you didn't have enough money, maybe you didn't have enough time to move your units around. Regardless, they're coming back and they're hungry. So let's go through a little bit of Toxic together and we can watch that in action, okay? Let me I'm just gonna throw on my normal team comp, and let's put in Carrot Atrocity real fast as well, just so I can have a little extra spice, a little extra pizzazz, and we can get in here. Alright, I'll speed up this beginning part a little bit, but let me know if you picked up Timekeeper, let me know what you think, and I can show you what I mean when, like, you get to that last wave. I don't have a lot of DPS since I have him. You do end up losing a little bit of DPS units, but it's not the end of the world. So, one thing I like to do when starting off, and honestly, my whole kit is pretty simple to get right now if you guys wanted to try this playthrough style. And honestly, let's do a little tutorial on how I begin my toxic maps. So, I usually just start with one lawnmower, and then I run to the front and start placing these raffleseas down. Bam! Get one down, and then I will start dropping my speed sprinkler over here, and then any kind of slow you have. I use the Stunflower. People have been getting a little upset in my comments because my kit is decent, and they don't have kits this decent. I should try again with a little bit of a easier kit to get, but really just lay down any kind of slow around these bends. You want to be placing your units around the bends, so that way you are doing the most damage for the most amount of time. So if you place a unit right here, right, and it only has maybe like, yeah, so like that window to hit them, that's not maximizing their range. You want to place units where they can hit the most of the map. So this guy's going to spread out and hit all this map once he gets fully leveled up. That's why I place him right there. Oh, well, not that far, actually. I should have placed him on the inside. Usually I'll place him there. Maybe I'll move him there for the purpose of this video, move him to the inside. And I just let these raffleseas take care of, like, the start. I try not to be too crazy. I do want to show you, like, him hitting most of the map, though I feel bad that I goofed that up. But yeah, these raffleseas, I lay down, like, 2 or 3 of them, usually. I'll lay another one down. Boop. We'll do another There we go. So he is hitting quite a chunk of the map. I gotta place him on the inside. Place my speed sprinkler on the outside. That's the issue. Alright, so speed sprinkler is leveled up now. And don't forget to use your keybinds, especially in survival mode, guys. Pressing E to level things up saves you quite a bit of time and stress and energy. Alright, now that we have a little bit of money, I'm just going to lay down these carrot atrocities. We can take a peek at them. I'll lay one solo over here so we can look at them, but they're kind of cute, guys. They've got maces, they swing. Let me slow it down so we can see him in action. They swing kind of like ogres. Oh, I didn't notice, but the leaves on his hair actually move too. Oh gosh, that's kind of cool. I'm still not a big fan of the way these guys look. I think they're kind of like grungy looking, which is not my favorite, but that's okay. I'm gonna place my Timekeeper back here, and we will lose that on purpose at some point. Something interesting I noticed about Timekeeper is he cannot be rotated. That's weird. Every other unit in the game that I've found can be rotated, so interesting. So he's just gonna face the wrong way. Usually you can press R to like rotate your units, right? Well, not there, but let me try with the carrot guy. You can press R and you can rotate your units, and that can help in like survival mode or endless mode when you're trying to really stack your units and maximize space. Honestly, in normal mode too. Whenever you want to be maximizing space, it can help. Alright, I'm gonna get some of these rose beams laid down. Bam, bam. I wouldn't necessarily sacrifice a DPS for him right now if I didn't need to, but just to showcase our guys, showcase how well we can do with just the Timekeeper. And honestly, like, I guess that saves you quite a bit of stress. You don't have to worry about enemies slipping through then, which is pretty nice. But that's gonna be our team. It's super ugly. Dude, I hate Carrot Atrocity. Let me know in the comments what you think of him. Is that your vibe? It is not my vibe, chat. It is not my vibe. I know I keep complaining, but man, he's nasty looking. Alright, I'm getting my rose beams and everyone leveled up. And, like, this is just how I will do my toxic grinds normally. If I want to come in here with maybe my ult, we'll power through a few levels, and I'll usually have my petal raise as well. But yeah, let me know what your toxic strat is, what your go-to team is. Are you able to solo toxic? Do you place kind of like I'm placing? So once I get everyone leveled up, yeah, like him, like you can see his range is so good. It's hitting so much of the map and it's doing so much damage. So he's able to do damage to the enemy units this whole way around. Whereas like if you placed him at the start, I guess I can place like a Stunflower at the start to show you. That's only like, we'll count the bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9, 10. Maybe 10 bricks. Whereas, if I level this up, that's 10 plus all these other bricks, which is crazy. Same with all these other guys as I level them. They're just insane range because of good placement. So you really want to focus on good placement in this game, guys. That's probably going to be your key to winning, key strategy, at least in the tower defense. You can get away with some inoptimal placement in like the survival modes, but genuinely tower defense placement, that's all you got to focus on. You want to play on the corners, you want to play those bends, any place to get more surface area and have your units attacking for longer. Alright, we're at wave 35. I'm gonna just delete all my units, or we'll see it, honestly. We'll see if I even survive. I'm missing like a whole extra DPS than I normally play with. I haven't played without DPS in a while. Without extra DPS at least. This is quite low. We can see if he noodles through. We might make him to here, and then we can watch him just get hit by Timekeeper. That could be cool. Let me know in the comments, do you think this is enough DPS to take on the final unit, or do you think he will pass through with ease? I'm curious. I will try to maybe delete my Raffalisas so they don't take him out at least whenever he comes. I might have had a boo-boo and hit stop recording, but we're back at where we left off, basically the same spot. So I'm letting my units actually take out a few of these guys. If I get down to one and I'm a little nervous, we will sell them, but I am curious what happens if the whole wave resets, or just one of the wave resets, or it kills one of the units. What I'm guessing is the unit that actually makes it to the door will be killed, but not all of the units. So actually, I'm going to delete Yeah, we can delete these units since we just have one. And I want to see how it works now. I'm guessing it doesn't reset the whole wave. I'm guessing it's just going to reset and take this guy out of the match, so he was never even here. I haven't gotten to play with this guy much, but this is really cool, so I hope this clears it up for you too. It looks like he will be approaching shortly. I actually positioned our timekeeper so we can see his little eyes as we hit the door this time. Alright, he's going to hit the door. Let's go. Crush that tower. 3, 2, 1. And we should have a game over, but we have full health again. And he reset. And let's see. Do we get him spit back out at the start? Or does it reset the whole wave? He's coming back out. The whole wave's being reset then. Okay. Very cool. That's interesting. So it doesn't just keep track of what you've done. It keeps track of the whole wave, and it says, no, try that whole wave again. Maybe you got some extra money from that wave that you needed to level up some units. Maybe you can place things a little bit more optimally. So this is interesting for this classic mode. I'm wondering how useful it will be for a lot of people. I know maybe like mid-game or early game, it seems like it'll be much better than late game, because if you can't beat the end game with like moving your units and stuff the first time around, usually you can't do it the second time around, but what do I know? Maybe they're gonna drop some absolutely cracked units in a couple patches, and they will cost way too much to level up, and you'll have to actually just keep trying it again and again until you get enough money. One thing I didn't take note of is, did my money go down when he reset time? I've got to check that actually in the VOD. I'll say yes or no if it did. Alright, I'm gonna work on moving some of these units around just to be safe, make sure I do not get slapped by him, because I'm sure I can almost get slapped pretty easily. Ooh, I accidentally sold it instead of leveling it up. Oh my gosh, goofy. Silly. The keybinds are nice, but you gotta make sure you're doing the right keybinds. Alright, then we can sell my rose beans, move them over here, chat. And yeah, I think he's gonna be good with a party since you only can have one on the field at a time, but solo, I'm not sure how beneficial he will be. Like I said, mid-game, early game, when you're just trying to get money saved up, definitely going to be useful. But late game, I don't know. If you're failing on that last boss, I'm curious. Curious to see. Alright, I'm going to return to lobby. That was fun. That was a fun learning experience for me. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about how Timekeeper acts there. He's not too crazy in survival. Like I said, it just resets the wave when you die. So everyone comes back to life, and you get a second chance, which is awesome, especially in your like multi-tiered levels. It takes so long to get through survival, and dying is just crushing. Let me know if you picked up this new unit. Let me know what your thoughts are on him. I'm standing on his head right now. Let me know what your thoughts are on him. Let me know when you're going to use them, or if I missed anything in this video. I'm really curious. I'm still learning everything about how he works, his best tricks, so I want to know what you think his best usage is. Like I said, I think it might be really good for early mid-game when you're just trying to get enough money to keep going, but not so great for late game. Definitely fantastic for survival, even maybe endless? I don't know, maybe endless if you're not watching and you need to move your units. I might leave him home for endless, actually, now that I'm cooking on it, since he just resets the wave, and if you don't have enough power to get through the wave in the first place. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for 1,000 subs. I have a video up with giveaway posted in it, so if you watched the end of this video, make sure you go back to my last video, comment on that video to enter the giveaway. I'm giving away quite a bit of stuff. What, a Rose Beam, Passion Shooter, Bloodvine, Sporefang. I might be giving away a 3x seed gift. Maybe we'll do a secret fourth secret fourth winner. Who knows? But I'll see you guys. Bye.